Good morning, everyone. We're about to bring you the latest COVID-19 UAE updates. However, if you found this podcast through an article, which so many of you are doing, please hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts so you can get your Dubai news daily. Good morning, Dubai. How are you doing? Happy Monday. Welcome back to the Lovin Daily, where we take you through the top trending stories. I'm here with Alibaba.
Hello.
Hello. Let us know where you're watching from. What are you up to today? Do you have any plans? Are you maybe starting your long weekend early? This is a short week, as we know. We have a day off on Thursday. Your top stories today, we're talking about the latest COVID-19 updates in the UAE and the small tricks that you can do to make sure you stop the spread of COVID-19. We're also talking about why the JLT lakes are so blue. This is a question that everyone is pondering, and I'd love to get your thoughts on it. That's later in the show. We're also joined by Splash CEO Raza Beg to hear the information behind how they've been working for a decade to make sustainable fashion a solution in the UAE, which is pretty cool. But our top story today, maybe you saw this video yesterday, it's pretty cool. We're actually going to share the footage on Lovin Dubai this morning. This is a drill. Dubai police ambushed a metro and carried out a hostage crisis simulation. Now, this is so cool if you see it. First of all, yeah, it is a drill. This is not real because it looks pretty scary. There is a hostage scenario recreated at Dubai Metro in the presence of Dubai's Crown Prince, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Basically, a black ops team carried out a hostage crisis training situation inside a metro station in front of His Highness. So you can see the video beside me. Did you see it yesterday? Where in the world does this happen?
Usually when people are at home, they have precise timings when they do these things.
I wonder what time of the day it was. Was anyone at the metro when it happened? Because you can see there's you have the training team, and then you have people who are kind of pretending to be the baddies in the movie. You have the goodies and the baddies.
I think they evacuate the people before they start recording and doing this. I think they evacuate people before.
I'm sure, or maybe they do it at a really, really quiet time or when the metro is closed. But if you saw it, let us know. We have the footage that was played by Dubai Police, which is pretty cool. But I'd love to see someone's camera phone take it, because but then again, if that went viral, people would be like, "This is real."
Yep.
So they definitely didn't have. They definitely didn't have normal folk walking around at that time. But yeah, it just reminded me of totally like a movie scene, like the movie Taken. While His Highness was there, he also visited the operations room, the future lobby of the Hamdan Smart Station and simulation and training, and also checked out new artificial intelligence camera systems, which sound extremely high tech. We have more information about them. Actually, I'll check it if we can open it, because it basically is saying what new artificial intelligence cameras can do, which is pretty cool. They're able to monitor. So this is what a camera can do. They can monitor the number of people in metro. So basically, if there was a rush scene for whatever reason, cameras can figure that out with sensors. They have a sudden movement monitoring system. They have a system for entering restricted sites. They can monitor suspicious objects, in addition to monitoring long-term waitings. The fact that they're able to monitor suspicious objects.
And this is why UAE is the safest country in the world.
So the cool thing that we saw, which we shared, was obviously the hostage simulation, but there was a lot more reasons for His Highness the Crown Prince to be down checking it out, which was checking out all of the new intelligence systems in place, which is very cool. As we know, the new metro line is soon to be open. We'll move on to our next story. The latest COVID-19 updates in the UAE. 2,037 recoveries were recorded yesterday, which is a really high number. We're really happy with that. And also the DHA is advising the best way to greet your colleagues. So the Ministry of Health conducted 118,058 tests in 24 hours, and they found 1,359 new cases, along with 2,037 recoveries. This takes the total number of cases to 125,123. However, active cases, and I know we're seeing numbers rise, active cases in the country now stand at 5,714, which is lower. It is. If you've been monitoring, it's been staying at 7,000. It was going up to 8,000, which is getting to those worrying numbers. 5,700 is a small kind of little jump of joy in my heart when I see that. It's nice. And along with that, the DHA is also warning how to communicate with your colleagues or with your teachers. It's just a little reminder, and I feel like these reminders are so important. If you're watching on Facebook, as always, the video is beside you. But let's say, for example, if you've been working from home, or if your kids are going back to school, whatever it might be, how to do the usual greetings. So the video says, do not shake or just say hello from afar. So basically, obviously, we know don't shake hands, all of the
Smile and wave.
smile and wave, boys, smile and wave. Refrain from hugging and kissing, which we know, which is like the hardest thing. If you're seeing your mom and you're out and about and you can't hug her, isn't that the hardest thing?
I haven't seen my mom in a year, so
you're feeling it.
Yeah.
Are you a hugger?
Yeah, I will hug her if I see her, like regardless. Like I haven't seen her in a year, you know.
It's just tough. Yeah, my mom, she's just gone home now, but she was living here throughout the summer, throughout COVID. And I'm not a massive huggy person, but with my mom I am, and she hates it. But I'm always like, love me. But it was just something you just couldn't do during COVID because obviously I was in a busy workplace. I was out and about, obviously keeping as safe as I can, but I still have to go to work and things. So when you see your mom and you can't just give her a hug when you're sitting, yeah, it's just tough. I'll continue. Avoid gatherings. Refrain from whispering and exchanging notes. I think that's for kids. So whispering, obviously, is something that kids are so prone to do. You can't change notes. Maintain physical distancing between yourself and others at all times. This is kind of the stuff that we know, but it's just the constant reminders because that's what we need to constantly remind yourself. Pandemic is still with us. Although the city is open, we need to make sure that we're following all precautions. Like when you go to a restaurant, it might be busy, you might be sitting outside, just continue to wash your hands, don't touch your face, and wear your mask when you go to the bathroom.
Yep.
We'll move on from Smurfs to Gatorade. Here are some of the funniest responses to what makes the JLT lakes so blue. This is an article that Simon wrote during the week. We're talking about JLT lakes, what makes them so blue. I would love your thoughts. If you've been to JLT lakes, if you live around here, if you've walked around them, they're a bit of a phenomenon, right? Because they are, I wouldn't say, you wouldn't call them a natural blue, would you?
No, they're like blue.
They're blue.
Yeah, they're blue.
And they change colour as well quite regularly. We can actually see them from our bird's eye nest up here. And today they look, like today I think they look like an aquamarine blue that you would see in a magazine. But Simran put it out on Instagram. And guys, if you have any thoughts, I'd love to read them. Why are JLT lakes so blue? Let those know in the comments. Some of the funniest ones we got. Let me just open it. Someone said actually they are reminding us of a nostalgic 1990s boy band called Blue. Probably not your era, more my era, but they were a great band. Someone else said the whales were playing with watercolors.
Watercolor.
Reflection of the new winter sky. Someone saying Avatar took a dip, which I liked. Someone is like food coloring. Someone else said blue water sharks. Someone said they filled it with blue M&Ms.
Blue M&Ms. That's a nice one.
This is a nice one. Because no one likes to eat the blue M&Ms.
The blue M&Ms, yeah.
Someone else, and the final one, a couple of answers about Smurfs. Swimming Smurfs or Smurfs colonized it, and that's why we can't swim in it. Because it's filled with Smurfs. What a cute fairy tale. What do you think, Ali? What do you reckon?
I don't know, to be honest. Because it changes colors. Like it was a different color like 2 weeks ago, and now it's blue for some reason. Like,
why are JLT lakes so blue?
I don't know.
The thing is, I think it goes from something looks like it could be the Maldives, and then it's got to get like a Gatorade shade in there sometimes, and then it looks like a lake blue. And it just, maybe it depends on the buildings around it. Maybe it depends on the sky.
Maybe.
It's very reflective.
Or maybe joggers just chug their Gatorade into the lake.
Joggers, are you reading JLT Lakes for everyone? Yeah, so we don't know. Remains to be seen. Great news story update from us. You're so welcome. Guys, after the break, and this is pretty cool, we're going to be joined by Splash CEO and fashion director of the Landmark Group. His name is Raza Beg, and he has been working for a decade, and this story is pretty cool, to make Splash the most environmentally responsible fashion retailer in the UAE. His story is fantastic because he said he went to an event 10 years ago. He said he knew very little about sustainable fashion. It's kind of like one of these buzzwords, but actually to get a company that's as huge as Splash from zero to over 90% sustainable fashion is not something you do a day, it's not a week, it's not a month. It's been a decade of hard work from the entire team, and he tells us all about it. So stay tuned. He'll be with us in like 15 or 30 seconds. And we're out. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with you after this message. Lovin Extra is here. This is the new membership, and while absolutely nothing changes for our readers, extra members get access to premium content, exclusive competitions, and first look for tickets and access to the coolest events across the city, and Lovin merch. If you subscribe right now, a very cool Lovin Red Eco Water bottle will be delivered to your door. Today on the show, we are joined by Splash CEO Razid Beg, also fashion director of the Landmark Group. Welcome to the Lovin Daily.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Cassie, for inviting me.
First of all, I must comment on the color of your shirt. You're very branded for Lovin. Is that directly from Splash, or are we is that a coincidence?
No, it's not. It's actually a recycled polyester T-shirt, which I'm trying to encourage my team to start doing. It's gels in there, so it's a golf brand, and it's a beautiful piece. It's a nice. It's made out of recycled polyester, so probably for my team to know that this is possible.
And they look cool. No, I just love the color. It's very bright. First of all, I must say a huge congratulations to yourself and the Splash team. You're getting heaps of awards for sustainability. And it's not just something that's happened in the last day. I'm sure this has been coming for a couple of years. Why did Splash, as a massive retailer across the region, why did Splash make this huge leap into sustainable fashion?
So I've said this a few times, but this happened with me by default. I was very ignorant about sustainable fashion. I was in Amsterdam, and I had gone to a show called Premier Vision, which does denim, and it specializes in denim. And I went into a talk show and was completely horrified at the end of the show, because it just told you how destructive we as a fashion industry has been. And it started from there. It was some kind of soul searching I did. I had to go back into my team and start. This was about a decade ago. Mm-hmm. And then we started speaking about it, and the team started getting involved. Now, sustainability for me, it was a shock. But then we said, how do we as a brand work on it? Because we really don't want to be responsible for something so destructive. And this journey slowly and steadily started from engaging literally from the grassroots team. So it was not only the top management, but also from the designers, the buyers, the suppliers. And it's a slow process. We didn't talk about it in the initial days because we really didn't have any data to talk about, or we really didn't, it almost sounds like bragging. So we didn't want to do that. We wanted to make sure that we have enough data before we talk about it. And it just so happened that one of my board meetings, one of our directors said that, you do so much on it, why don't you talk about it? And that's when the whole process started, and we started collating the data. And it's been very interesting. We went to the awards, we participated in 3, presuming we'll get 1 or 2, because it's a business model, it is on innovation. So we had participated in the 3 awards, and fortunately, we got all 3, and we got the overall winner, which was which was really clap-worthy. Thank you.
Yeah, no, but that is so huge. You went to an event 10 years ago, an idea, and it's sprung into now, like I said, Splash is now the largest socially and environmentally responsible fashion retailer in the Middle East. It's a project for 10 years, and it's not just you going direct to one team. It's a whole environment that has to change. So it's phenomenal. Give me a small insight to the process that has to change.
So it all started with raw material and getting, we really didn't understand the word sustainability. I was as ignorant as most of my customers are. And we did some coalitions. We did with BCI Cotton, which was the first association, which talked about, of course, natural cotton, but more than anything else, they make sure that they protect the farmers and, the amount of cotton we buy. So that was the first association that we did with Sustainable Apparel Coalition, which is a certified organization, which actually gave us the real knowledge of what we need to do and how to go about it. So we went on, we said, we don't want to just put it in product, we have to make it a 360 degree. And that's where it really, the magic really worked, because when we went into various aspects from, then we realized, it was a Pandora's box we had opened. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of interesting conversations, a lot of collaborations. And touch wood, it's taken us a little time. Of course, it takes time. These things are not, you just can't go and change the process. So we
Exactly.
had to change a lot of our sources. For it's, just to answer your question, it starts with raw material.
Hmm.
And it starts with your lowest team, because you have to literally start talking to the junior most designer and buyer and saying that, listen, this is the process. So your whole raw material sourcing has to change. And of course, then making them responsible, that you have to, it's not only about raw materials, it's also your favorite suppliers who are not sustainable, they have to go. So
Yeah.
that's a big one, because they have so many relationships. So today, 92% of our entire supplier base is certified that they practice uh, the sustainable journey, from the raw materials to looking after the labor and everything. So it's just 92%, but I'm hoping that in some time, because these things take time, hoping inshallah 100% of our business will be sustainable in time to come.
Incredible. And just for everyone watching, a quick, like a recap of some of the things that you guys have done. You're the largest user of recycled polyester in MENA. You've recycled 5.7 million bottles. You're using FSC paper since 2015, which has allowed Splash to reduce 200 metric tons of plastic waste in tags and packaging over 4 years. This is just some of the stuff. So, but as a shopper, as a consumer, if I go into Splash today, tomorrow, over the next week, tell me about the products that I see. Are they all recycled fashion? Are they all sustainable? Or yeah, tell me a bit about that.
So 90% of the raw material is sustainable.
Okay.
So it's natural fabrics. We are the one part of it. Our denim is all eco denim. 84% of we use less water. The waste which goes into rivers, that with our process does not go. So basically, the product which you will buy in 90%, I will use that word, not 100%, is sustainable, including all our leather. We use vegan leather, which is all water-based PU.
Really? Wow.
We are ensuring, sorry?
I said, really, that's really interesting.
Yes, so none of the leather which you will see in the business is pure leather. It is all vegan leather. And of course, this was a huge task for us again to change, because we used to buy a lot of leather once upon a time. There are a few leather belts, which, the men's belts, but I think so over a period of time, we will change that source. And what you should expect is, when you go into Splash, is one, we are from the next season putting a tag called Love the Planet on every sustainable garment. So the customer will know they are buying sustainable. And across, while we went through this process, the one thing which we did is we did not change our value. We, in the initial stages, we absorbed the cost. And as economies of scale started to grow, today we are at the same margins which used to work in the past. But in the initial stages, the first 4-5 years, it did hit our bottom line, but we made sure that sustainability should not cost my customer. And 20 years ago, we used to sell a 20 dirham t-shirt, a basic t-shirt. 20 years later, we art with BCI cotton, with Kool-Aid, with a lot of technology in it. Today almost about 10-12 million. All our undergarments are antibacterial. And this is not post-COVID. This was all done in the last few years. We never talked about it. But all our socks, underwear, anything which is very close to your body is all antibacterial. We have antivirus now. So we have done lot of collaborations. So all our sweaters and outerwear, they will all have an antivirus now. So we are doing this is because we really truly believe that that's what the customers deserve. And it's all knowledge based. So if the knowledge is there, you'll be able to provide it. So when you go to the business, whether we talk about it or we don't talk about it, it is a good product. It's fairly priced, and I think so. It is sustainable. That's what you should be rest assured.
Yeah, and it's just so important, because obviously the question of sustainable fashion is such a massive topic right now. So it's so great to know that people can, there's an affordable retailer in the UAE. You can shop sustainably, and it's because sometimes it's kind of it's hard to find. So it's so great that Splash is kind of championing that cause. But it's not just sustainable fashion, because I also know that you've had a massive push on raising awareness on the extinction of millions of animals. in the last few, you're trying to raise awareness there. So how does that tie in, and what are you doing on that front?
That's all a part of the sustainable journey, So our calendar, which we did, where we put about 1 million calendars out for all our consumers across GCC. It was all about how to protect the animals, the endangered species. The idea about that is that if you don't start working, it's not about them. We are the ultimate victims. That was the uh, the moral or the social message we tried to give out of the calendar. The ultimate people who will lose is us. And I think so that was a very nice calendar. We got a lot of good awards in New York and things like that. But yes, we have been working, because I think so it is not only about what you buy, but if sustainability is your journey, then you have to touch upon all aspects of it, including the labor who's working and in the factories. So we are very conscious of it, and we are working towards that.
Amazing. As in, you're just highlighting that it's an entire ecosystem, and Splash, like I said, is kind of championing it. You have 200 stores in the Middle East. So it's so amazing that anyone who wants to shop sustainably and doesn't want to spend a fortune doing it can head directly to you guys. That is the lowdown. I really appreciate your time, Raza. Thank you for joining us on the show.
Thank you so much for inviting me, and thank you for making this, this is the first few awareness programs which I'm trying to do. I'm actually now saying, let's talk about it. It's not about us only, but even our competition, and everybody needs to get on this journey. So thank you for putting it out.
Not at all. Well, the main reason is, congratulating you for being that gold winner awards and winning the overall award. So fantastic on that. So thank you so much. Guys, that is it.
Thank you.
For the Lovin Daily. We're back with you every single weekday morning from 8:30. So see you then. Bye.
See you. Thank you.
Guys, that is a wrap for the Lovin Daily. We are back same time, same place every weekday morning. And of course, don't miss the Lovin Show every Tuesday, where I chat with Dubai personalities. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and have a great day.